Hi guys, and welcome to our new moon in Libra tarot scopes with myself, Carmen Edwards of Live the Magic. So I've just seen that there is a little moon filter on the camera, so I've just put it on. So there's a little bit of sparkle happening, extra sparkle happening for us tonight. So guys, I'm going to share the messages for this current moon cycle. So this is the new moon in Libra cycle from the 16th of October 2020 through to Halloween, to Samhain on the 31st of October. So these are messages for the collective. I'm an intuitive reader, so how I channel and what comes through for me will be the messages that feel to flow for the collective group, but please take what resonates for you personally and leave what doesn't, trusting in your own intuition to decipher what is yours and what isn't at this time. So I'm going to be working with 2 decks tonight, and let's begin. So the first is the Witch's Oracle deck, and the second is the Moonology Oracle. So we're working with 2 different lunar decks this evening. So I'm just going to give the cards another shuffle. I've already shuffled them before the video and given them a little smudge, and we'll see what wants to come out. So just tuning in. Messages for the collective, please. What wants to come through? Okay, so we have one already. So I'm just going to use the Moonology to begin. Okay, second card, thank you. And one more for the collective, please. Okay. I'm going to do 3 from the Witch's deck. So messages for the collective at this time. What do we most need to know, please? Okay, so we have 1 card. And messages for the collective. Oh, there's another one. Hang on, it's gone back in. Let's do one more. Okay, thank you very much. And one more, please. Messages for the collective, the Libra new moon cycle. Okay, this one. So let's see what we've got then. So let's start with the Moonology deck. So we have North Node, step out of your comfort zone. So this is really a time of reflecting on the journey that we've already taken and really recognizing our edges. Where are the edges that perhaps we need to stretch or just to go a little bit further into? You know, Libra is the sign of the balance, the scales. So what do we need to do in order to restore balance within our lives? And this is sometimes through pushing slightly further out of our comfort zone than we've been before, or perhaps just addressing those areas where perhaps we may be holding ourselves back, or recognizing where we're perhaps still playing small or hiding away, because this is going to bring to light what is imbalance or not in balance in our lives at this current moment. Because when we step out of our comfort zone, or we step out of our old skin, I'm seeing like the shedding that's been coming through a lot at this time of year as well, is we're also allowing a new version of ourselves to emerge. You know, this is allowing ourselves to grow. To step out of our comfort zone is also to just go that little bit further than we've gone before, to allow ourselves to evolve, to stretch, to break free of the restrictions. Particularly this feels like in the mind space, old judgments, you know, ways of being as well that no longer serve us, that we're ready to let go of. Okay, so let's see what the next message is. Your hard work is paying off, the new moon in Capricorn. So we have some fiery energy happening at this time as well to support us on our journey. So really trusting that the seeds that we are planting, the journey that we've been on, the work that we're doing, particularly this feels related to the inner work that we've been doing, is really paying off. You know, we're going to start to see some of the results of that. And to really recognise and honour and acknowledge the journey that you've been on, because all parts were necessary. This is what's coming through really clearly now. What all parts were necessary in order to get you to the place that you're currently at, and on the journey that you're currently on at this time as well. So trusting in the path, trusting in the unfolding of the path as well, releasing, surrendering some of that control, to allow ourselves to step into new places as well, to receive that beautiful gifts that may otherwise lie just outside of our awareness if we come too fixed on a fixed specific outcome as well. So trusting in the journey, trusting your hard work is paying off. And one more card. Void of course moon, nothing will come of this situation. I think this came up in the last reading as well, and this is very much about, again, freedom in the mind space, releasing worrisome thoughts. This particularly feels related to addictive thought patterns and cycles, so really getting stuck in the mind space here, releasing, being aware of those patterns that no longer serve us, allowing ourselves to start to release some of that, to work through some of that stuff so that we can be free to step out into the next version of ourselves. Particularly as we move into the darker months of the year, this is really a time of reflecting, of going within, of doing our shadow work and our inner work as well. So this is supportive. Nothing is going to come of these worrisome situations, but we need to still do the work, the inner work, in order to clear the path from within, clear it up within ourselves as well. So sometimes the action that we're called to take is an inner action, is a sense of working inwards. In fact, I think it's normally the best way to start is to look within. Okay, guys, so the next three cards then, so the last three cards, let's see what else we've got. These are from the Witch's Oracle. So the first card message was the Wizard, spiritual impeccability. So this is very Merlin-esque energy, and I'm seeing the Lion as well. So we've got some of that Leo, that courage, but also that passion, stepping into the limelight. This feels a very passionate card. And also the Wizard is the magician. We have the ability to alchemize. This is what's coming through, the ability to turn our lead into gold, to use our lessons, to use our journey that we've been on, and to turn this into the nourishment for the next part of the cycle, to become great manifestors, to become magicians of our own lives, to reweave, to recognize what it is that we need in order to become the next version of ourselves, or to recognize what it is that we are ready to step into, to weave into and craft magic into our world as well. Spiritual impeccability can also relate to ideals. So one of the shadows of Libra can be being too fixed in our ideals, that we kind of get lost from what is real. So this is about becoming spiritually impeccable, as in authentic, being impeccable or true to self, true to authentic self, rather than perfection or idealism, because sometimes we can get too fixed in trying to be something that we actually miss the being of it, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's the Wizard. So let's see what else we've got. The Bell. The Bell comes awakening. So this is very like a springtime energy. So this feels like, again, it's that returning back inwards. This is an inner awakening. So we're starting to feel some of the first inklings of some of the seeds. This is like a scattering that we're doing at this time of some of the ideas that are going to start to come alive next spring, or some of the things that we're currently working on will become the next part of our journey, the next fruit or the next blossoms to grow in our lives. So this is a very powerful time of manifestation, of planting our ideas, our goals and our visions for the next part of the journey. And we have this fertile energy that's happening at this time. So the things that we're getting rid of or being called to shed, to release, to clear away, we've got to trust that new life is coming from these releases, that new life can come from the death, from the shedding. This is a card of rebirth, of awakening, of seeing beyond as well, seeing beyond the veil. And this feels very potent in the build up to Samhain, up to Halloween as well. The Sword. So the sword, I think I mentioned this in my ceremony. This is very much related to that sword of truth. One of the tarot associations with the Libran energy is the Justice card, and in the Justice card there is the sword and the scales, which is all about standing for what's true and just standing for, again, our authentic. So what is it in your life that needs to be cut away so that you can step more into who you are at a deep soul level? And what is it that's being shown to you with this sword of truth? This is the sword of discernment. There's also that Excalibur energy, and in the mythology around the King Arthur, and the Excalibur is the Lady of the Lake gave Excalibur to Arthur as he was the true king. So this is about stepping into our own true sense of king and queendom, of what is it that we need in order to become the best version of ourselves, to become that sovereign self, or the keeper of our own realm, whatever that means for you, the keeper of our own realms. Mastering and mastery of skills as well. Aspiration, new ideas, and it's a beautiful dragon as well. And the dragon is, of course, that symbolic of the feminine, of the darkness. And rather than slay the dragon, we listen at the edge of the cave and see what is it that's being spoken to us through the veil as well. Okay, lovely ones, so I'm going to end the reading there. I'll upload this to my YouTube channel, and thank you so much for joining me here live. If you do feel you want to drop a donation in, the link is in the video title. And if not, I will be back in 2 weeks' time for our full moon special at Halloween, our Samhain full moon reading. So I'm really excited to see what bubbles up for us in this portal over the next couple of weeks, and to see what arises then. Sending you all so much lunar love. For those of you who want to continue the journey with me, check out my Lunar Archetypes online course, which goes live tomorrow, and I'll see you all very soon.